Yes, I think the time has passed 8:01, so we will start the webinar now. Welcome to this webinar, and thank you all for signing up and showing an interest in our topic, which is application spend optimization. My name is Terje Strømstad. I'm a business development manager in Cegal. I hope you are well despite the circumstances and ready to learn how we support companies in reducing costs through our application management service. Cegal currently runs a series of webinars to address key topics for our clients. In this webinar about application spend optimization, we will address how we approach application management with a multi-skilled team, standardized work processes, and how we can apply best practices to the benefit of all clients. An application landscape is complex, and reducing complexity and redundancies are key to lowering your spend. The presentation will take about 20 to 30 minutes, and recording will be made available 24 hours after the webinar on our YouTube channel. You may submit questions during the session, and I will try to answer those questions towards the end of the webinar if there is time. Otherwise, we will provide written response to your questions afterwards. First, a brief introduction to Cegal. Since the start 20 years ago, we have evolved into a specialist in cloud and software solutions for the oil and gas industry. We have grown both organically and inorganically, and currently we serve more than 13,000 end users across the globe. I joined Cegal when Avito Consulting was acquired, bringing in knowledge on operator readiness, security, efficiency, and cross-company interaction in the oil and gas industry. Cegal has an international presence with offices in all major oil hubs, and our global E&P clients need our local presence wherever we have operations. The most recent expansion was the opening of an office in Kuala Lumpur, among other purposes, to complete our Follow the Sun E&P service desk. Our portfolio of the products and services are threefold: GeoCloud software, and consultancy. Our cloud portal solutions make applications and data available on any device or any location. The current COVID-19 outbreak proved the power of cloud portals, as activities could continue undisturbed for our clients when changing to home office and digital collaboration. Software is developed to support our business users, mostly focusing on automating manual data management tasks in the intersection between geoscience, drilling and wells, and production systems. Consultancy services are value-adding by nature, supporting IT technical business needs, geoscience advisory, and finally, management and governance advisory through business consulting. This finalized the introduction part, and now we will focus on today's topic, which is application spend optimization. It is hard to get a good overview of IT application spend. Some spend is part of the IT budget, and others within service agreements, department budgets, or partnership budgets. And with IT application spend follows indirect costs too. Cost reductions will always reach a lowest possible threshold. The art of keeping a sustainable cost level is even more challenging than reducing costs. Our standardized processes and embedded tool support is a response to reducing and maintaining a reasonable spend level. Whether you have a large organization with huge application portfolio, or you are in the start phase of building a larger organization, Following standardized processes makes sense and is a countermeasure for a rushed and uncontrolled application spend. Some of the questions in IT governance organizations probably struggle with in the current situation are: how can we retain organizational knowledge during times of change? Budget cuts can affect service levels and critical business processes. How to understand the overall application landscape and services. Application landscapes are really complex and consist of many interdependencies. And application portfolio management is a response to that. How to ensure best practices are applied. All best practices they appear in different organizations, and by doing this from a service, lessons learned in one company may benefit other companies. How to report, slice and dice, drill down or challenge expressed business needs. By continually updating a database, linking vendors, contracts, licenses, super users, process owners, cost breakdown, and more, this can be made possible. Before proceeding, we will highlight some risks that prevent effective application spend optimization following a traditional approach. And the traditional approach is that a typical setup is in an organization will make it hard to retain knowledge of business needs, requirements, and fulfillment when they change the organization. Application management activities are normally supported by a mix of employees and consultants in a mix of departments. Hence, there will likely be overlapping responsibilities and processes are likely not optimized. Consultants and some employees are very eager to please their environment in taking on extra responsibilities outside their intended scope. For instance, they get involved in projects outside the department they are assigned to. This impacts focus and direction and prevents real efforts to analyze application spend holistically. Most departments and employees are stretched in their ongoing responsibilities. Risks related to application spend is that it requires multiple skills and streamlined processes, some of them being business requirements, domain insights, knowledge management, systematic gathering of data, IT knowledge, commercial insight, and process optimization expertise. Combined with individual drivers and person dependencies, it's hard to do overall spend optimization in the traditional approach. Hence, we advocate an alternative and process-oriented approach embedded within our application management service. This way, we can help clients identify and realize business values. So to put application spend and standardized processes in context, we will start with a metaphor most of us are able to recognize. And this is the typical app situation where you have a repository in your app store which contains several information types. This allows you to have control of the number of applications, provide access to device functions. You have information about vendor and version information, license information. You have overview of apps and subscription costs, and you have information about data consumption and more. And do you have a similar overview of your company's application portfolio? That's the critical question. Another issue to address is that the application landscape is highly complex. You have a lot of situations such as data interfaces between businesses or applications, dependency on runtime environments, code libraries, or application server capabilities. There is other systems you depend on, such as databases, backup and recovery systems. There is standard-driven interoperability, capability-driven interaction, etc. And there's huge application suites that have several sub applications that may or may not interact. There is workflows, automated processes, and there is data digestion directly to BI tools and data hubs, such as the traditional data warehouse solutions. So there's an illustrative model on the right-hand side which illustrates how complex all the flows and interactions between applications can be. So in order to understand our approach, we want to explain how we make application spend optimization possible as a standardized process. Our business improvement service is used by multiple clients of Cegal and has a rich set of skills, experience, and documentation of known good practices. The operating model is capacity-driven, scalable, and cost-efficient. Scaling literally refers to slowing or increasing the volume of parallel prioritized tasks. Our multi-skilled team of consultants have a documented wide range of courses and certifications, different IT technical backgrounds, commercial mindset, leadership skills, bachelor or master level education, and a wide palette of project experiences. This enables a competent and flexible bridge between business and IT. An agreed contract on application management can be realized by a set of standardized processes our multi-skilled team follows. Capacity is agreed on a monthly basis. Each client will get a single point of contact, and this single point of contact will have a shadow Spock in case something unexpected occurs. The service includes embedded tools to support application portfolio management, task management, knowledge management, and a wide palette of reporting. Each client have a separate repository in these systems. And this multi-skilled team will follow standardized processes on application management, and here are some selected elements, such as vendor and license management, procurement support, contract governance, business analysis and requirements management, cost and budget support, application lifecycle health check, best practices, and application portfolio and task management. This is the landing page of our service and its embedded application portfolio tool. While onboarding new clients and as part of our ongoing service, we populate the application portfolio tool with a lot of data about applications, commercials, business processes, stakeholders, vendors, locations, and more. This enables analysis from different dimensions and provides a transparent as-is description of our client's current portfolio application and spend. As a webinar can't go deep into details, we invite any client who would like a one-on-one demo, a live demo, and a discussion on how our application management service can provide value for money for their company. But to provide a glimpse on how our powerful reporting analysis toolkit will work, we have prepared a few slides with screenshots and visuals that illustrate some of our toolkit support and application management processes. When we have populated the application portfolio database, it's possible to do a drill down on departments and divisions to analyze the application spend and auditing how applications fulfill business needs across all your locations. We can drill down by vendor and look at spend across different vendors and consider if there is overlapping contracts or trigger consolidation, or even start discussions around discount opportunities. And also in the middle, there's spend by business process, where you can drill down how your departments and divisions enable analysis of application spend and auditing how application fulfill their needs in the departments. From an application lifecycle management perspective, we can drill down on the entire application portfolio. Starting on the top level, you can see the entire application budget. Drilling down, focusing on spend categories, vendor spend or application spend makes it possible to analyze and track cost drivers. When it comes to the application lifecycle state, applications are in different stages, be it in a early requirements engineering phase, procurement phase, implementation, live, or retired. Analyzing their state and drilling down can uncover wastes and excessive spend. When it comes to activities, there are expiration dates from contracts, licenses, or other terms and conditions that requires actions to be taken. These actions are placed in a calendar for a full roadmap of your entire portfolio, and we will drive those changes for you. Contract and license renewal is also a time to investigate whether vendors are willing to discuss discounts, or if there are opportunities within other opportunities within the contract. A part of our service is to do an application health check regularly. And this includes mapping of the functionality and to scan if there's any overlapping functionality, or whenever there's a new requirement, you can check if that requirement can be fulfilled by an existing application rather than buying a new one. This is about cost avoidance. And to do an application evaluation, there will be a survey regularly, and it will be followed up by a so-called time analysis, where applications that are rarely used tend to go under the radar and provides an unnecessary cost base. An annual health check, for instance, to verify applications and their technical fit to business needs can uncover applications that need to be kept, invested in, migrated, or eliminated. Triggering controlled management of change early ensures that dependencies are analyzed, backup and archiving is made of applications and data, and change is initiated and risks are mitigated. When it comes to license optimization, for subscription-based licensing models, it makes sense to monitor and optimize the license utilizations. These are recurring by nature, and there is a significant return on investment in reducing to a sustainable level of licenses being kept in parallel. This can also be analyzed by breakdown on applications, as you can see on the right-hand side. From a contractual point of view, vendors may be interested in negotiating terms and conditions too. We have a couple of examples where we have actually helped saving costs for our clients. In the first case, we were trusted with the procurement responsibility on behalf of the client. This enabled the discovery of a significant saving on behalf of the client. In cases where the client has procurement responsibility themselves, our team will still be available to support them with similar exercises if they are a prioritized task. So in this case, we helped our clients saving nearly 2 million kroner over a 5-year contract period because of the timing of the procurement. In the other case, we helped cleaning up and changing licenses and removing licenses that were not in use, saving the customer 60,000 kroner, which is equivalent of 6,000 euros per month. So when you combine that with establishing a process for monitoring the lowered spend, the net present value over, for instance, a 3-year contract period is 216,000 euros. So this is from a fairly medium-sized company. So There are various approaches to engaging with the Cegal's application management service. It depends on the complexity of your organization, the volume and complexity of applications, and the desired service level. It also depends on the changes required from your organization as well. Full application management as a service is based on two scenarios. Either your Full application management service means covering all processes and taking over a significant amount of application, and this requires an onboarding phase as well. A process orientation approach is based on two scenarios. Your organization's application management is highly person dependent, and you want to de-risk this by gradually replacing person dependency with a resilient model that has business continuity as a built-in quality. For instance, you have one or more jack-of-all-trade consultants to serve your application management needs and other IT-related support. If they are, for instance, near their retirement age, or there's a risk they will leave, or as we see in these days, layoffs are required to reduce headcount, there is a case for a basic continued and scalable support from such an application management service. Or you may want to start with one selected process area first to see if our service will fit your business needs. For instance, starting with the HSQ department's application portfolio first, continuing with the HR department's application portfolio, and so on. The additive approach finally starts with a sub-process of application management if your business needs are more focused, for instance, license management or vendor management. The business case for clients will vary, but some recurring value capture areas are repeating. Economy of scale, for instance, cost reduction and spend control, forecasting and budget input is part of our service. Identifying redundant functionality and excessive cost drivers, rationalizing your application portfolio, and also our value capture skills are really important. When it comes to governance, our standardized processes and automation are highly valuable, and best practices, when we learn something in one client interaction, we can repeat it in other clients as well. It's a resilient and scalable service, adaptive to unforeseen events as well. Finally, on the right-hand side, resource management. This service means reduced person dependencies, availability of a wider palette of competencies and skills because of our multi-skilled team. There will be less competence leakage because we have a knowledge management system. The service is resilient against illness, vacations, and excused leave, and it causes less administration on the client side. And we have application management tools embedded in the service to support the application management ecosystem. So finally, as a summary, please note that our application management service can provide application spend optimization because it's a standardized process supported by a process-oriented and multi-skilled team and an application portfolio management system which provides reporting and analysis capabilities. And the reporting is transparent towards the customer as well. This enables us to continually focusing on and optimizing the client's application spend for all applications we support. So, thank you all for participating. I also want to thank some people that helped making this webinar possible. It was a multi-skilled effort, so Elizabeth helped in making the screenshots for the application management tool, which she is responsible for. Julian has made case descriptions and analysis and methodology, and Didrik has helped building business case and process descriptions. And other people have contributed as well. Steinar is an agile service custodian, who knows how to set up those services. Tord is the AM service responsibility. Morten Randeberg has taught us a lot about financial modeling, and Marianne has been the product custodian, defining the product and commercializing it. So feel free to reach out if you want a focused session with us. We can provide a live demo for you to show how our application portfolio management system works. And our contact info will be available in the video on YouTube afterwards. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or feedback to the webinar, there's a mail address you can use, webinar@cegal.com. Don't forget to register for our next sessions, and please follow us on our Geotech blog, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you all for attending, and I wish you a safe and healthy continued COVID situation. And thank you all for attending. Bye-bye.